yesterday like, what day is it? For some reason, it felt like it was later in the week. But a very active weekend that I had. Shout out to our New York Liberty who made it to the playoffs. I went to the game on Friday, so it was an amazing, fun game. Shout out to her. She was at the game also. So we got to sit down for a meal as well. Now we're going to have a really fun show for you guys today. Rasheeda from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and she also has her own Boss Move show on Philo, is going to be joining us. And Kirk is going to be joining us as well because he was with her. Of course, that's her husband. They're together damn near all the time. So they're going to have some fun things to talk about their new season. Also, of course, about love and hip hop and many other things that you may have seen in the news. Shout out to everybody. I hope everybody had a good and safe weekend. There's so many things to talk about now. On Friday, we discussed Jeannie Mai and Jeezy's breakup. And now another couple has been separated for a while, and we're going to talk about all of that during the show today. It is so sad to see all these couples breaking up. You never wish that on any couple, especially when there are children involved. But we'll discuss. And for everybody who was excited for Drake's album, For All the Dogs, who knows if that's going to come out. But we got a lot of things in Yeetie. We got a lot of under the radar fun stories for you today. It is a Monday, so that does mean we also have Tell Us a Secret. That's where you guys get to call in and tell us a secret. 800-292-5150. But let's get it started. We are going to shine a light on them that spread some positivity on a Monday. That's how we always start the week. Let's start the week off right. 800-292-5150. When we come back, shine a light on them. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is a Monday, so let's start this week off shining a light and spreading some positivity. And first off, I want to shine a light on Dawn Kelly. She is the owner of the Nourish Spot, and she's actually going to be teaming up with me to reopen my juice bar in Brooklyn, so I'm really excited for that. She's an award-winning entrepreneur. She won the Entrepreneur of the Year from the New York State Economic Council, but I love the fact that we have similar goals in mind. And that is to make sure that we're bringing better options to our communities as far as food and nourishment. And so shout out to her for that. And we actually had a great conversation over the weekend about the different things that we're going to do to reopen the wider range of offerings that we're going to have at the Juice Bar in Brooklyn. It's something that's always been near and dear to my heart. It was really hard for me to try to keep this going on my own, so we ended up having to close. Anybody who's an entrepreneur knows it can be heartbreaking when you start something and then you end up having to pivot and change. I was thinking maybe I was going to have to give it up, but fortunately I reached out to her and she was definitely down, and we're excited because we have aligned visions. But yeah, Dawn Kelly, I want to shout out to you just because I like to work with people who I feel like just in general have good intentions. That's the main thing for me. It's not all about just making money. It's all about good intentions. You know, she worked at Prudential for over 16 years, so she has experience with finance. And she's like me. She wants to do everything the right way above the table. So shout out to you, Dawn Kelly. Now, who do you want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150 is the number. Brandon, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my mother and my siblings, my sisters, and my wife. I had a heart transplant in February,
wow,
and they've just been holding me down ever since. Truly appreciate it, not just as family, but as good human beings.
That's amazing, Brandon. You had a heart transplant. That must have been really tough.
Oh, man. I got second lease on life. I'm truly blessed.
All right. You are blessed. Well, shout out to them because I know all that love and support helped you make it through.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Hey, Jasmine. What's up?
Hey, Angela Yee.
Who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my husband, Andrew.
Okay. Tell us why.
Because he's been doing the trucking industry for like 10 years, and with everything falling off and stuff like that, we were struggling for a long time, but he was able to come back home and be home more with the kids and actually found something that's entrepreneurship, and he's happy with that.
Oh, okay. Listen, ain't nothing better than when y'all been struggling together and you make it through to the other side.
Yes, for sure.
Jasmine and Andrew, how long y'all been married? For you and Andrew, how long y'all been married?
For like 13 years.
Okay, 13 is my lucky number, so I feel like this is going to be a good
yes.
year.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jasmine.
All right.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light on them. 800-292-5150 is the number. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. And let's talk about Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. It looks like they are doing a great job co-parenting, but they are no longer together. We'll tell you about the statement that she released. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for your Yee Tea. Over the weekend, I don't think this was a surprise, but Teyana Taylor did say that she's been separated from Iman Shumpert for a while. She kind of felt like she had to say something. There were a lot of blogs posting Iman Shumpert and saying that he's with other women. Well, she posted, not too much of my bestie. In all fairness, Iman and I are separated and happened for a while. And she said infidelity wasn't the reason. She said we are still the best of friends, great business partners, and one hell of a team when it comes to co-parenting our two beautiful children. Most importantly, we are family, and in the 10 years together, 7 years married, we had ever played with or about that. All right. That's how you do things, quietly, out of the public eye, so everybody's not weighing in. So by the time you're able to let the world know what's going on, y'all have already dealt with it and put it behind you. And so I think just because these blogs are posting him doing whatever she felt like, let's not make it seem like my husband is cheating on me. And that's a beautiful co-parenting relationship, right? Were you shocked, Dan?
Was I shocked? I don't know. I feel like, wow.
No, okay.
Were you shocked, Angela?
No, I just said I wasn't. I was, because we've seen all these other, these things being posted. And remember, they had a reality show together and everything, and then you don't really see them together like you used to.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now, Halle Berry is upset. She does not like that new single cover art that Drake put out. And she also doesn't know what it means to, I guess, slime you out. That's the song. And so somebody said, Halle Berry, what are your thoughts of Drake using that picture of you for his single? She said, didn't get my permission. That's not cool. I thought better of him. And I guess he did, somehow reach out, and she didn't want that being used. And so I understand that, because slime you out, what does that mean? And then the artwork is of her getting slimed.
It is a funny picture.
It's a funny picture.
Do you think he should have not used it?
If she specifically said no,
which is what she says,
yeah, then I do feel like if it was me, I wouldn't have used it if she specifically said no. But what do you think?
I mean, it's great promo. It's great for the song, but it definitely damaged the relationship. If there was any, we don't know if there really was a relationship.
You know me, I'm a very empathetic person.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to do anything that's going to hurt anybody's feelings.
You do go for the relationship first.
Yeah. And it's not even just a relationship. I understand how it feels when people do something without your permission.
Or against your word.
Or against
even
your
worse,
word. Or that you feel is disrespectful. So it's not even like, I don't have a relationship with Halle Berry, but I would feel bad if she was like, nah, I don't like that.
Right.
Now, if it's a ridiculous thing, if it's her image, that's what I'm saying. All right. He also says that he has a dilemma about whether or not he should cancel shows to finish the album or complete the mission and drop the album before the last show. What do you think is a better thing to do? Cancel these shows?
You can't cancel shows.
Yeah, I think that's rude. And I think venues that have you book people that have bought tickets.
Yeah, and with these tickets being as expensive as they are, people really planned. They really planned around this. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't really cancel the shows. In a way, I feel like he already knew he wasn't going to.
Albums get pushed back every week. It
just gets the hype going more and more to talk about. All right, now, speaking of shows, Gunna had that big show at the Barclays that was sold out. You saw everybody was going crazy. And there were a lot of people who had issues with Gunna. They were saying that he snitched on Young Thug. He's a snitch. They saw him in the courtroom. Well, Young Thug's father has some comments about whether or not Gunna is a snitch. He was on Infamous Sylvia's radio show. This was on Friday, and here's what he had to say.
I love Gunna. Gunna hasn't done anything whatsoever that can hurt us on this case, period.
All right, and that's Young Thug's father saying that. So it looks like, it's all in the clear. And to be also clear, Gunna did post and during the show,
Free Jeffrey.
Yeah, free Jeffrey for Young Thug.
Which I feel like he does every time he's seen in public.
He always does that. But he might really mean it. And he probably hates this narrative about him, of him, quote unquote, getting canceled.
In the song Bread and Butter, he said the lawyers tricked him and set him up.
Yeah, so, I mean, you see a lot of people, getting played on both sides. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss the things that we did last night. When I tell you this weekend, I woke up today, I thought it was the end of the week because I feel like I did so much over the weekend. I woke up, I was like, what day is it today? And then I was like, oh my God, it's Monday. I feel like I've been
getting started.
Working all week. It's just getting started, but it's not a problem, all right? We're happy to be here on a Monday. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. About Last Night is next.
Yeah. Last night.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
Woo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee on Monday. Maino is missing. We got to make sure he's okay. If y'all can please tag him. But my producer Dan is here, so no worries. And we're doing About Last Night. Now, I was excited for this because y'all know I love our New York Liberty. And I will go to these WNBA games. So, last night, we made the playoffs and the Liberty did win. Shout out to our New York Liberty. They beat the Washington Mystics 90-75. Sabrina Ionescu, by the way, has been killing it. Both she and Breanna Stewart. Stewie. Yes. And she actually, Sabrina Ionescu led all the players, 29 points. And it was an amazing game, though, because we were down at first. And then when we came back, there was no stopping us. But there were a lot of people there, by the way. Shout out to Sue Bird, who was sitting right by us. She played her entire career with the Seattle Storm. She played in the WNBA. And you know who else was there? Cheryl Swoops was there. And here's a little fun fact. I was telling Navy, who runs the boards up here, she was the first ever player to be signed to the WNBA when they were created back in 1996.
Two legends.
Yeah, so she was there also. Another legend was there, her. She was at the game. And Chris Brickley was there also. He's a trainer. And by the way, if y'all don't know this, and I'm going to keep on saying this, her is an amazing basketball player. She's really, really good. Like, if you've ever seen, there was a video of her where she was shooting and hitting all these threes. Mm-hmm. You saw that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so she loves going to the games. So
shot looks good, too.
Yeah, shout out to her, and shout out to Ant, who is always the person that brings her, and he's a musician also. And another person who I saw, who I was really excited to see, is Rotimi. Now, Rotimi has a new single that he just put out a couple of weeks ago. Apparently, when I switched phones, I didn't switch all my numbers over, and Rotimi definitely did send me the single, but sometimes I don't know who's texting me, and I should have just been like, hey, who's this? But he has a new song out. And he's actually going to come up here for sure. Rotimi's always been super supportive. Fun fact, we also went to the same high school in New Jersey. He just went there later than I did, but it's the same school that Lauryn Hill went to, the same school Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives. Happy birthday, Jen. She went there. Also, SZA went there. And so he sent me the song. Now, when I saw the title of the song and I know his relationship, I thought it was very sweet. I was like, oh, it's called Bestie. Right, Dan? I said, the song is called Bestie. What do you think it's about?
His woman, his wife. They're married, right?
Are they married? I know that they have kids together.
They appear married.
Let me just,
If they're not, yeah.
Well, they're together.
Super
All right,
in love.
let me see. Look, now you're making me do a deep dive to see if he's married or not. So if you hear a song called Bestie, your wife should be your bestie, right? Right?
Oh, yes. You would assume so, right?
Yeah, you would assume so. Well, yeah, I heard the song and it was not what I thought it was going to be about. Rotimi, here is what this song Bestie is about.
Let me see you do it with your bestie. You could bring your bestie.
It was not about his wife as his best friend. It was about him telling somebody, hey, you could bring your bestie. So shout out to Rotimi. I know it's just music and it's fun. And you hear that Lauryn Hill sample in there too. So we were talking about that too because she did go to Columbia High School. Everybody in Jersey, shout out to y'all. But yes, so apparently they got married in 2020, it looks like. Right? Is that true? Okay. Yes. So shout out to him. Rotimi will be on Way Up as soon. So I appreciate you so much, Rotimi. But make sure y'all check out that song, Bestie, that we just played for you. All right. Now, when we come back, it is time to tell us a secret. Now, what this segment is, and I saw a lot of people posting, tell us a secret and saying, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't check that person. The whole point of Tell Us a Secret is we don't check you. It is a no judgment zone. You're able to call in, tell us anything that you want to say, and we are not going to judge you. Maino's not here today, so we're really not going to judge you. But no matter what it is, we are supposed to reserve judgment and let you just tell us that secret and not say, oh, you shouldn't have done that. I can't believe that. Oh, you're a terrible person. None of that. All right. 800-292-5150. It's the weekend. I know y'all got a lot of secrets that you want to share. Again, it's a no judgment zone. 1-800-292-5150. Start off this Monday clearing the air. Tell us a secret. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time on a Monday to tell us a secret. Now, remember, this is where you guys get to remain anonymous, and we don't judge you. I see a lot of people in the comments when other blog sites are posting out of context, tell us a secret, but it's not anything that we're promoting that this person does is we support it. It is just a judgment-free zone for you guys to clear off your chest and release that burden of an untold secret, okay? Anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You want to tell us a secret?
Yes. My secret is I have a really popular Barb account, and I troll the other female rappers, and no one knows about it, but it's something that I love to do.
Oh, my God.
And I just think Nikki, like, she pays me.
Okay. So you have a Barb account. We don't know what the account is, but you troll what are some things that you say to these other rappers as an example?
Just petty things, nothing too personal, just things that could, make people laugh. It's not to be extremely mean. It's just to troll a little bit in support of all the Barbs and Nikki.
Ooh. And when did you start doing that?
Probably about a couple years ago.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. Don't say anything too mean, please.
Oh, I won't. It's not to hurt feelings. It's just to get a few laughs while supporting the Barbs and the Queen.
Has Nikki ever tweeted you or retweeted you?
No, she hasn't, but I wish she would. That would be amazing.
All right. Well, thank you. Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you? Have you been watching everything that was going on after the VMAs?
Oh, yeah, I definitely saw all of that, but just from, the standpoint of everyone else.
As a Barb, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are no need for the pettiness with the men and everything. Mm-hmm. And Nikki's just the queen, and all that other stuff is irrelevant.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey, anonymous caller. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. You want to tell us a secret today?
Yes. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. So I went to Mexico with my girls this summer. I smoked or whatever, so I tried to sneak some weed into Mexico.
Ooh.
Because I'm like, if I can get it under, if I can get it under the plane, I can get through. I'm good to go. Girl, tell me why as soon as you get off the plane in Mexico, they got the dudes sitting there with the dogs, and they can tell you at any point, go over there and get your bag checked. Girl, they picked me out.
No.
Oh, telling this story right now, I'm still so scared, and this happened in June. I'm still so scared telling this story right now. So I put my bag up, and the lady's like, unzip it. My hand was shaking so hard. Right now telling this story, my hand is shaking. It was that hard with me trying to unzip.
Yes. Oh, my God. In another country. So what happened?
Mexico is it. So, look, I'm here to talk to y'all. So I got away with it. Somehow, I don't know, the night before, I ended up putting everything where it kind of blended in. And, I didn't have a big pack or anything like that. It was just a little personal.
Right.
But, yeah, I almost went to jail in Mexico trying to be cute. Mm-hmm. I'll never do it again. I'll go out of country sober. I don't give a damn what happens. I'm going to be sober as hell going out of country. I'm just going to be drunk.
You said, thank you, God.
Oh, girl, I was so thankful. When I got outside, I was just breathing and just loving the air and everything. I was just like, Lord, thank you for not taking me to a Mexican prison. It was only an 8. I was going down, though. I knew I was going down.
Listen, I know you was thinking about everybody else that got caught with a little bit of, yeah. Let me ask you this. Did you smoke that weed later?
I did, and you know what, girl? I was so grateful. I smoked with the people in the resort. I was like, God put me through. I'm smoking with everybody. Y'all, let's have a good time. And I did not take anything back. I didn't take sand back. I didn't take nothing back.
Okay, all right, but thank you for sharing. I'm so glad you did not have to go to jail, girl. What a lesson learned.
Me too.
Oh, my God.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm good. You want to tell us a secret?
Yes. So my secret is I have 2 boyfriends. we'll just say guy A and guy B.
Okay, guy A and guy B.
Guy A mentally stimulates me, and he has, how do you say it? Like he's smarter than the other guys.
Is the other guy smart,
guy B
or is he at least a little smart, or just okay?
Oh yeah, he's not stupid. He's just not like I can't come to him and talk to him business, but he definitely physically stimulates me and financially too. So I don't know who to choose.
Ooh, but together they form the perfect.
I should be able to keep them both.
Together they form the perfect man.
Right, exactly. If only.
I'm curious. So if you have, say it's the weekend and you're about to go on a trip, who would you pick? Which one? Guy A or guy B?
It depends on the excursion. Like, if I'm going to go do something like the beach that doesn't take too much common sense, then I'll take guy B. But if I'm going to go to like the aquarium or something like a museum, I'm definitely taking guy A.
Oh, yeah, girl. All right. Well, thank you for sharing. That is the dilemma of the year, boy.
Yeah, I just have one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should be able to have my cake and eat it too, because ain't that what you're supposed to do? What do you think?
If you're just dating, then yeah, you can date both of them if you're not committed, if you're not lying.
All right, I'm going to work on it. Thank you.
She like, nope, they both my mans. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Bye.
All right, well, that was Tell Us a Secret. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. And speaking of secrets, Young Miami talks about Diddy in the bedroom, and she is spilling it all. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Yeetie next.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time for your Yee Tea. Young Miami was with Diddy as he's promoting his new album, the Love Album, Off the Grid, which I was listening to this weekend while I was stuck in traffic all weekend in the car. And they did an interview on Apple Music to promote the new LP and Off the Grid. Here's what Carisha had to say, aka Young Miami, about Diddy taking her off the grid to Love Island.
What was your favorite time that I took you off the grid?
We had went to Love Island for my birthday.
Yeah, I have an island. So when I took you to Love Island, and then you realized that, the plane landed, and then we had to float to another island, what was going through your head when we were going there?
I was like, I'm gonna go to war by this he man. Yeah, I can't be up here telling y'all my truth, but for real, I was just like, God damn, it's different over here.
It's different over here. And then in addition to that, she talked about their relationship in the bedroom and how he don't get tired.
So how many rounds you be going?
You know.
The people don't.
What's the answer?
Hey, baby, let me tell y'all something. On the witch yacht. This don't go to sleep. I be like, God damn. I'm gonna tell y'all something. For real. I already thought that I was gonna like make him tap out. Like I already thought he was gonna be being out no chance. This don't go to sleep.
I feel like when we interviewed Diddy before, he talked about that and how long he can go, and this meditation thing he does, this Kama Sutra thing he does during sex, but we'll have to revisit that. In addition, Diddy also got awarded the key to the city in New York, and so he was excited about that, in addition to getting the Global Icon Award at the VMA. So it's been a good time for him to put out a new project, right? All right, and speaking of new music, BG is dropping some new music. He said, I know y'all wondering where I'm at and what I'm doing, but I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm working in silence and I'm going to show up loud. I'm grateful for all the love and motivated by the hate. Heart of the Streets 3 coming sooner than y'all think. Listen to this.
When I was young man, I got lost in the streets, but now my heart in the streets, man, I'm the heart of the streets when I was young.
All right, so get ready for some new BG. Came home, went straight to work. All right, and speaking of work, Drew Barrymore. Now, all the time when I come in here to work, I was walking past the people outside striking from the Writers Guild, from the WGA, and that's because the Drew Barrymore show was supposed to be coming back on, actually today, September 18th. Well, it looks like she has walked that back and has decided to remain in compliance and not actually bring back the Drew Barrymore show right away. So she has said that she's going to halt the return after that backlash and will resume her show when the strike is over. She said, I've listened to everyone and I am making the decision to pause the show's premiere until the strike is over. I have no words to express my deepest apologies to anyone I have hurt. In addition, Jennifer Hudson, her show was supposed to be back as well. That was going to be happening today too, but she has also delayed her show premiering again for the new season. Dan, did you anticipate this?
The delay?
My producer,
honestly,
Dan.
yes, I did. Just because, I mean, like, I understand that they wanted to get the show back on for, like, their staff, but there's the bigger picture at hand.
Yeah, and then afterward, like people say, when that strike is over, you don't want to be one of those people that, what do they call it, scabs?
They, like, went against everyone?
Yeah, the scabs that go against everybody because now people are going to have an issue with you because it makes it harder for everybody else if you're going to continue with life as normal. All right, designer, according to his attorney, he is not going to have to register as a sex offender. According to People, they said that that was part of what he would have to do. But designer's lawyer, Ryan Gary, said that may not be the case. He says that designer... many news outlets have incorrectly stated that he's required to register as an absolute condition of his probation. They are wrong. Since this was a federal misdemeanor, the sentencing judgment states that if the state of California or some other government entity requires that Mr. Selby must register as a sex offender, then he must. However, the parties in this case have come to the legal conclusion that this misdemeanor conviction is not one that will cause him to have to register as a sex offender. So that's the deal. Now, they could always, of course, change their mind or disagree in California. He said if they do, then we'll address that at that time. All right, and that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar, but they are just as important. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Under the Radar is next.
I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for Under the Radar. These are the stories that are flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. Now, today is a special day for everybody who eats burgers. Today is National Cheeseburger Day. So, what does that mean? Well, depending on which one of these fast food chains you go to, you can get all kinds of deals. Now, McDonald's customers, you can get a double cheeseburger for only 50 cents. Okay, and you'll have to use the app to be able to access the deal, though, and it's limited to one burger per person. Now, in addition to that, Burger King, okay, National Cheeseburger Day, if you join their Royal Perks program, you get a free cheeseburger, but you have to spend at least $1. And at Wendy's right now, you can also get your burger there for just a penny. It's a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. And that's through September 22nd, by the way. But you also do have to buy something else from the menu. All right. Now, Dan, who's our producer, I know you're a burger fanatic.
Love it. Excited.
What place would you go to? And just so you know, Smash Burger, Carl's Jr., they're also offering discounted burgers as well.
I'm a Wendy's guy.
Okay, so you would do
Wendy's,
the 1 cent Junior Bacon Cheeseburger?
Probably, yeah. I like Wendy's the best.
But you got to buy something else.
That's fine.
In addition.
That's never an issue.
All right, now a former NFL player is missing, Sergio Brown, and his mother was also found dead in a suspected homicide after relatives told authorities they couldn't reach either of the family members on Saturday. Sergio Brown is 35 years old, and his 73-year-old mother, Myrtle Brown, was reported missing by family. There was a search that was launched for the pair, and Myrtle Brown was found dead near a creek behind her home. Her death was ruled a homicide yesterday. She reportedly died from multiple injuries tied to an assault. Right now, they are trying to find Sergio Brown. He's a former safety. He played for the New England Patriots, the Indianapolis Colts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Buffalo Bills. From 2010 until 2016, he played in the league. Sergio's brother, Nick Brown, is saying, I want him to know that I love you and please come home. So they don't know where he is, but they are trying to find him right now. That's really sad. And we have no idea the details of what could have potentially happened with that. So we're praying for that family. Not an easy thing to have to deal with. All right, 2023, they're saying after this year, get ready for a spike in marriage proposals. So you can expect that because engagements are going to pick up steam. They said due to the pandemic, things kind of fell off. According to Signet Jewelers, which is the largest jewelry company in the United States, the pandemic did dent the sales of engagement rings as relationships were, as we saw, a lot of people living together, not getting along, faltering, or sometimes relationships didn't even get the chance to blossom in the first place. People were inside. People were not socializing outside of immediate family. So that's what they call an engagement gap, right? But now they're saying because a lot of people are back out and about, there's a lot more dating going on. So they expect that the dent in proposals will bottom out this year and engagements are likely to rebound starting early in 2024. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing for the jewelry industry, and that's a good thing for relationships. All right, and 9 juveniles escaped from a Praxis Academy. There was a riot that broke out last night, according to authorities, but they all have been caught this morning. It was a really crazy situation in Pennsylvania. By Monday morning, though, all 9 of those teenagers that escaped last night were found. And so state and local police responded to the incident. They were able to take back control of the juvenile detention center, but some of those juvenile offenders were reported to have fled the facility, and they were on the run. 4 teens were found about 5:45 a.m. this morning. The remaining 5 were found not long after, and this was all announced in a news conference. All right, and that is your Under the Radar. Now, you know, today we have Rasheeda and Kirk joining us.
Frost.
Yeah, Kirk Frost. I was about to get to that because they're from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but Rasheeda also has her show, Boss Moves. And I think when we say Kirk and Rasheeda, you know who they are. I mean, people, you know, yeah. But yes, the Frosts are going to be joining us today. You know, they have the Frost Bistro and everything. They have a restaurant, but they have a lot of different businesses, real estate, everything. But they've been married for quite some time. A lot of ups and downs that you've got to see in the public. We'll discuss all of that. Plus, we got the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. You know, there's no better way to start your Monday than the Way Up Mix, all right? It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and guess who's here? New Maino. New Maino.
I'm sorry, I got here late.
His hands is ashy. He just
I'm ashy. He had some difficulty.
You got the raspy Mariah Carey voice.
Man, this is crazy, you know.
All right, well, let's get into some Yee tea as you're drinking your Yee tea as well. We do have to do a rest in peace to Iris Grinstead from the girl group 702. She was only 43 years old, and her older sister, Lamisha, confirmed her unexpected death on Instagram. She said, "It is with great sadness that I have to let you know my beautiful sister and friend has passed away this evening. She has had a long battle, and she is finally at peace. That girl was as bright as the stars. She was not only beautiful on the outside, but also within." So the cause of death has not been shared, but she did in December announce medical leave of absence due to serious medical issues.
Wow.
They have one of the classic songs that me and my friends love. This song right here.
Wasn't it another one that died from that group?
Yeah, I believe so. I said the same thing when I first saw this news. Really sad situation. All right, now another really sad situation to see is this beef that was happening over the weekend after the VMAs.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Right? Isn't it?
Yeah, I ain't for that. I don't want to pump that. I don't want to promote that. I want to see that not turn it into something that it could turn into.
And that's why the fans need to really make sure that they don't encourage this beefing and start beefing with each other.
That's not rapper on rapper. That's has the potential to be something totally different, you know. And the thing is like when we see rappers get caught up and stuff like that, and rappers actually dying to go to prison, everybody's like, oh, why this stuff needs to stop. And part of what needs to stop is us promoting some of the stuff that's going on.
Right. That's why I didn't do this story earlier. I didn't know you were going to come in today or not. I was very concerned. I was like, where is Maino? For real, I was.
No,
but fortunately, you're here. But I'd like to get your take on things as you being a rapper in this business and having to deal with back and forth. How do you handle it, right? And sometimes the media and the press weighing in on it, as well as people on social media having things to say, can really inflate things even more.
It does. That's the right word right there. It can really inflate things, and it pushes you in a position to feel like, man, I need to say something. I need to do something because everybody's saying that I need to. You know, people be commenting on your page and your DMs like, you ain't gonna let that slide, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and the other thing is this: it's 2 men who are also defending their wives.
Right. That's pride. A lot of ego.
And that is a lot of ego and pride. And how do you get away from that and resolve those issues? Y'all ain't got to be friends. Nobody has to be friends. But how do you make sure that, because at a certain point, it also affects the money.
And the thing about pride and ego is there's so many men in prison and in graves behind pride and ego. You know, I've been a victim of that myself so many times. You know, not allowing things to, you know, be what they was because it was my pride that was pushing me to do things that I felt like I had to do because I was like, nah, I can't swallow my pride. Like I swallow my blood first, like, you know, and it's not cool.
Right, so we just want to say that I was actually going to make this a topic, possibly tomorrow. We'll pick a side, so you guys start thinking about that now. When things like this happen, do we have a responsibility? Do you want us to report it, or do you feel like let's not even report these things? Right?
Yeah, certain things I feel like we some of the media, some of the blogs, I feel like should have a some sort of understanding of what is. It's different from like rapper on rapper, but when you're dealing with people that, are not actually artists and are connected to the street in a certain type of way, it could have the potential to be something different,
Okay. All right, good. I'm glad you're here, because I was like, if he comes in, we're going to discuss it. If not,
I'm always here.
And it is a Monday, so we are going to have a Monday main ovation. I cannot wait to hear what that's going to be today. And lastly, since we're talking about the VMAs, Punch, who is SZA's manager from TDE, he did not like the treatment that SZA received from the MTV Video Music Awards this year, and that's why she did not perform. She, according to Punch, when he spoke to the Hollywood Reporter, he said, obviously she had one of the best years. That's a fact.
Right.
If not the best year of any artist at this point. I don't see why she wouldn't be nominated for Artist of the Year. It just really didn't make any sense to me. It's disrespectful. And they ended up saying, okay, well, we could do another call, because there were people on the call about logistics for the show who didn't have anything to do with the nominations. When we tried to set up the second call, they didn't want to discuss Artist of the Year, which to me was really a slap in the face. Why wouldn't she be nominated for Artist of the Year? And SZA arguably had one of the best albums of the year, the best tour, and so on fire, sold out. So she absolutely absolutely should have been nominated. She did have a phenomenal year and deserved it. Right. And that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, since it is a Monday and Maino did show up,
I'm always up.
Monday main ovation. You wasn't up when we was texting you this morning. All right, let's hear what Maino has to say for his Monday main ovation. The softer Maino.
Yeah.
It's way up.
Yeah, she back at it.
Bring in the back.
Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Maino is here.
Yeah.
Okay, Maino.
I'm here.
Now it is a Monday, so it's time for that Monday main ovation.
No hesitation in any situation. And Monday's main ovation is never ever under any circumstances make a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Meaning, we all going through things right now. Some more than others, but the pain is necessary, but it is actually always temporary. You going through stuff right now. You may have money problems, you may have issues, but you're gonna get through it. Do not ever make a permanent solution. And what I mean by that is that my cousin, my real life cousin, committed suicide.
Ooh.
He made a permanent solution for whatever he was going through.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
This is many years ago, but and I always think about that, and I always think about when people are going through things and how they feel, like when they're going through money issues, they're going through life issues, and how they feel about that. And sometimes people just say, look, I want to give up. Never give up under any circumstances. I know it's rough, but it's temporary. You're going to get through it. You will get through it.
It's kind of like this too shall pass from the Bible, because whatever it is that we're going through, it's temporary, like you said.
Right.
And so you don't ever want to do something that you can't reverse.
Right.
At a time like that. And sometimes it's hard to see that bigger picture, because while you're in the middle of something, you'd be thinking it's the worst thing in the world.
Right.
How am I ever going to make it through this? You can't see past it.
Right. When I came home originally, I went back on evaluation. I had to do a year. And everybody was like, man, it get greater later. I didn't want to hear that. It felt like the worst thing ever. It felt like, man, I got these rap dreams. I want to be out there. I want to change my life. I want to get into the industry. It's never going to happen. And I just looked at it in a negative way. And then I realized that time was going to time. Life was going to life, and it was going to get past. And then I woke up one day and it was over. You're going to get through it.
Yeah, and the greatest rewards sometimes come after you've gone through the worst things. I think for all of us, we've been at a time where we feel like we're at our lowest. And usually when you're at your lowest, I always feel like that means something great is about to happen.
But this is where you draw your strength from.
Because you get tested.
Right, you get tested, you draw your greatest strength from. I like to say that you got to go through hell to get to heaven sometimes.
All right, Maino. We like today's Monday Mainovation.
Mainovation.
And I like your real life examples, you know, because I couldn't imagine like the amount of time that you did and then to have to go back for a year when you just came home.
Right. Felt like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And then when you're going through something, it feels like you can't, it's just like the most painful thing. But like I tell the homies, I tell, you know, my people, and I tell people that I talk to, you're gonna get through it.
I think nowadays the younger generation has it worse because of social media. We didn't have that coming up, but now everything we go through ends up being broadcasted everywhere, and people know about it, and then people weighing in on it.
It magnifies it.
Yeah, it makes it feel like it's even worse, and sometimes you want to respond to everything. You know how many times I done typed out something and then was like, you know what, I'm not even going to do that. Yeah. So many times I done typed out a response because you know yourself, you know the truth, but other people don't. But who are you trying to prove something to anyway?
Right, and that's the thing. You're trying to prove yourself to people that don't even care.
Yeah, the people that want to see you break. Right. And so,
and all they're gonna do is say how dumb you was.
After everything goes down, they'd be like, "Oh, you big dummy! Why would you do something like that?"
He was a real dude, but damn, he was.
What a stupid decision. Meanwhile, you're the ones egging it on.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you for that Monday Mainovation.
Yeah.
And you know who's been through a lot? Kirk and Rasheeda Frost. Between all the situations they've gone through publicly.
They still together, though.
They are still together.
The type of love I want.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, look, I feel like everybody was weighing in on their relationship. Everybody had things to say. Everybody was feeling like, oh, she should leave him, oh, this, and that. And now you get to see the two of them working together on Love and Hip Hop. They do show them working together, but they also have their own show. And sometimes you got to break off and do your own thing for people to see the real behind the scenes, because they're not going to show just them and all of the entrepreneurial things that they're doing. But she has Boss Moves that's on Philo. Right. And it's season 2 of her show. So she's able to sit down and have these conversations. We saw the clip that just went viral with Nelly talking about getting back together with Ashanti. Right. So we've seen all of that. So they're going to be joining us shortly. Kirk and Rasheeda Frost are going to be in the building. And honestly, it was just Rasheeda at first, but then Kirk was here. You know, he want to jump in and say what he's got to say too. So we appreciate him for that. All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Monday Mainovation. Maino made it into work. I was concerned. I was telling y'all, please go in Maino's comments, make sure he's all right. I went to his stories. I was like, he hasn't posted anything in 11 hours. Is he okay? But here you are. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Now back at it. You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Maino is here.
Yep.
New Maino. And listen, a lot of people are hitting me up saying they really appreciated your Monday Mainovation today. Shout out to my girl Maria. Yeah, people who are going through some things.
Shout out to Maria. Yeah, we all going through something. You know?
Yeah, sometimes you just need to know that it's not permanent.
That's right.
And to see through to when it's all behind us.
We will get through it.
Mm-hmm. Maino, quick question, because you strolled in here a little late today. Went to bed at 5. Were you celebrating the new single all weekend?
Absolutely. I was celebrating all weekend.
For my city.
For my city. Yes. Yes, indeed, man.
All right. We're going to keep the celebration going. Yes. You know what I do.
No, you got to stop. You have to stop.
We got to keep the celebration going. New Maino.
But you got to stop, though.
I feel like that's a great song for like a sporting event.
Sports, everything. And it applies to, you know, everybody. Everybody has hometown pride. Everybody feels good about where they from. It don't matter if you're from New York or you from St. Louis, you know, you're from Detroit, you're from Philly or Chicago. You feel good about, you know, your city. You feel good about where you grew up from. And then you repping your hometown team.
Right. I feel like we need to send this to the Barclays. Like, we need to figure this out.
Yeah, we on that. Definitely. Word.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we're doing. Yeah. What are we doing? All right. Well, we also have some a really fun interview coming up. Now, this couple, Rasheeda Frost and Kirk, they always give us a little something when they come up. I haven't seen them in a while since I was on the Breakfast Club, but I'm glad they showed up to Way Up with Angela Yee. I love what they're doing. You know, they have a lot of different businesses. Rasheeda has her store. Press, she has the restaurant.
They get that
They have real estate.
Yeah.
They have their show on Philo, but they're also on Love and Hip Hop. All right, so they have a lot going on. So we're going to talk about how they managed to do it as a couple. Can you imagine being with your business partner day in and day out and then going to sleep with them at night too?
And then going through other things like relationship stuff.
Yes, and going through business stuff.
Yeah, babies,
it's an argument.
All kinds of stuff.
All right, well, we're going to talk about it, Kirk and Rasheeda Frost. When we come back, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
And our girl Rasheeda is here. Hi. And Kirk is here too. Kirk first, you know, he's dealing with work stuff. Well, let's talk about every single thing that y'all have going on right now, because it's certainly like, I mean, besides the music career, then Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, right? And then you have your own show. Yes. All right, Boss Music season 2 now on Philo. Yes. All right, season 2 on Philo, but then you have Press.
Yes.
All right, and then you also have Frost's Bistro.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
And I'm a mama.
And, oh my God,
and
that's a whole job in itself. So when do you take breaks from each other, or do you ever?
We don't really take breaks from each other that often.
Well, Rasheeda got a whole life that she does. I don't be nowhere involved.
Excuse me. Don't say that. Don't do that. Because that sounds like some other.
I mean, she do a whole bunch of girly stuff. Okay. And I'm like rehabbing a house right now for my kids and doing other stuff. So we don't get to be around each other as much as people think. But Rasheeda be going off on me a lot too. So we take breaks because when we
have to. Rasheeda a hug. I was like, why is
oh no, Rasheeda.
Because he was in his feelings that day, and I'm sitting here like, you can't be mad at me for a mistake, bro. You didn't do it.
I'm not the typer. Okay. I'm not to send those emails. You know, I'm not real thorough with that. I'm physical. She's that part. Okay. So all my stuff be done. Like, it's her not filing the paperwork.
Oh so it was your fault?
Okay. Let me
100%.
Just listen. Hear me
100%.
out. Dang it.
You started this, Angela.
Listen, hear me out. Okay, so where the restaurant is, it's, you know, you dealing with the city of Atlanta. But what we didn't know is you also have to deal with historic preservation.
Okay.
We didn't know that we had to go and file separate paperwork.
Because you had never done that before.
Because we had never done it before. So I didn't know. That's what happened. Now, I could see if it was something I knew and I just was negligent or just was like, you know, really dropped the ball in that sense.
Okay.
But I didn't know. And that's where the argument came in, because I'm like, you getting mad at me and your ass didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So we two non-knowing people, but you know, it's cool. Right. I take the L. It's fine. But at the end of the day, let's just do what we need to do to get back on our feet. I will say this too, just since you want to be talking junk. He wants me to be his assistant too.
Used to be.
I'm too busy. But I do it, but it's like I'm busy, babe.
She's growing and you're growing too.
Right, but this is the thing.
Y'all need to hire an assistant. And I saw that's one of your boss tips. That you got to really delegate that responsibility, Rasheeda.
It's a boss tip that I have. It's a hard boss tip.
You're not taking your own tips and advice?
We need one, but it's hard.
It is.
It is.
It's really hard.
Sometimes having the wrong assistant could be more work.
No, it could be.
You got to train somebody.
Yeah, it could be bad.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm here with Jasmine Brand, and we are talking to Kirk and Rasheeda Frost.
What's the best part of being together this long?
The best part for me of being together this long, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, you know, somebody really got your back. You know, you really can, you know, like Rasheeda's went to my bank account and wired $300,000 and put a deposit down, and she ain't even on my account. Stuff like, oh yeah, the banks love her. Everybody loves Rasheeda. So, you know, she's, you know, but the best part is really, yeah, you got a real friend. You ain't got no second guessing. It's just,
you know, she's not gonna slander you.
Yeah, the real deal.
Tell you that happens. Two people break up and they be like, well, he was little and he ate my
my toes and my booty.
What's your favorite part about being married this long?
I just feel so secure. I can say I know what a soulmate feels like for real.
That's sweet.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, we go through our ups and downs, and you deal with a lot, especially being married 23 years. How can you not go through it? You're gonna go through it, you know? But I will say the beautiful part about it, which people may not think is beautiful, but when you go through certain things in a relationship, sometimes it can like break it down or it can make it stronger.
Right.
And a lot of things that we've been through have made us so much more stronger. Like our communication, like I gotta bring this. We had like a badass argument like about a week ago, right? A week or two ago. And about an hour later, we had like a whole real like communication conversation of like, why did you say this? Why do you feel like that? And that's real growth for real. Right. Because for us it is. Because it's like a lot of times you argue and then you get on some petty for real. And we was hitting below the belt.
What's below the belt, Rasheeda?
I don't do anything. You know, everything you leave on me. And then I'm like, I built Press, I built Frost Bistro, I built Houston, I built the house you live in.
That's the problem right there.
You the decorator.
We're not finna sit here and go down a list of what you do and me go down a list. It's like a tit for tat comparison.
Keep it score.
She does her part. That's why I work good. It's a plus and a mind. It's just day and night. If we gonna alter that, then like I told, I said seriously, if we at the point where we want to chill and just let everything kind of chill, then that means you ready to retire like I am, right? So let's just get ahead and sell off a few things. Let's make sure we pay for this other property, and we can sit at home and chill and not argue. Because if we're gonna continue to go, then we got to go hard because we can't afford to lose because we got a lot on the line.
Gotta stay on top of it.
So sometimes I understand she's stressed. I understand she's tired. So am I. We got, I have older kids, and Rasheeda's definitely the look for them, and my kids got kids. So we're trying to make sure they're good as well, because if not, they come right back to us.
Right.
So we're in the middle of getting them set up right now, like fixing theirs. Let's make sure we complete that. And in the home we in, because my wife wants to live a certain kind of way, I now have a mortgage again. So now I'm like, well, let's hustle and knock it off because I'm ready to chill.
All right, Kirk and Rasheeda Frost are here with us. We're talking about Boss Moves on Philo. The new season has started. Also, Love and Hip Hop. Also, all of the things that they have going on as a couple and as business partners. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. More when we come back.
Hey. Now back. Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here, and we're talking to Kirk and Rasheeda Frost. Let me ask you this. Have you ever wanted to just get off of Love and Hip Hop, or is that something that you feel like, okay?
I mean, well, not to say it like that, but like everything comes to an end.
Yeah.
I mean, the clock is ticking.
Because sometimes when you're going through things that are really stressful and then people are watching and weighing in, it might be like, I don't even want to do this no more.
Like, I definitely have that feeling.
Why do you guys keep coming back?
First of all, we're in a contract. That's number one.
We are in a
contractually.
That will make you come back.
So, we're definitely in our last season heading here, and sometimes things are promised to you. They are not always the way they seem to be because, we look for growth, and then sometimes the audience ain't ready for growth and they got to stick to a certain script, and that makes it a little harder. But do I love and hip hop? Yes, I do.
For me, it's like if you understand it and make the right moves, you got to deal with the positive and the negative of anything. For me, I totally agree. I say, it has been an amazing platform for us. But once we got in, I would say season 2 is when we kind of realized, the mother
real.
Okay.
I want to be the OGs.
Real.
Like, I want us to be the ones who they can come to. I don't want to be the one who has to always be in the fire. Like, my ass been lit so bad. Like,
you've had enough.
I was building Rasheeda as an artist so long to toughen her up and not have thick skin and this and that. I never prepared myself, because keep in mind, 10 years of our marriage, they didn't even know she was married.
Right.
And Mona exposed that, So I was a secret for 10 years. People don't think about it. I don't know how many men would even be a secret to be married for 10 years. And I don't know how many women would even that's crazy. But that's what I was, right? So I dealt with that, and people got they might say stuff a lot of times, but I feel like at this point, I'm ready to just be the OG. I don't want to box.
But that's why Boss Moves is good.
It's
right?
amazing.
Like having that show
and
being
amazing.
able to show how you can help other entrepreneurs and highlight other people who are doing positive things.
Yes.
Some people will act like no one wants to see that, blah, 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 but I think we do. I'm here with Jasmine Brand, and we are talking to Kirk and Rasheeda Frost. All right. Now, you've also been having some moments already on the show. Just on the preview with Nelly, you got right to it.
Girl, look.
This media personality, I know that's right.
Did me dirty. She did me dirty.
Well, she didn't play. She got right to it.
We wanted to know the tea, honey. No, but like I was saying earlier today, I was like, we've known Nelly for so long, and when we asked him to come on, we just kept it kept
you
it
said
real.
What everybody wanted to say.
Yeah,
what's
because
happening?
I'm gonna say it.
How can you not talk about it if he's gonna be doing your show?
And it's quite obvious. Like, he just hasn't. They haven't
was ready.
said
He just
anything.
hadn't said it
Right.
yet. He was like
blushing.
That's what
That's
made
so
me.
cute.
I was happy because we said okay, it was 50 years of hip hop, and I was like, okay, so let's just get some people. Let's get JD and let's hit Nelly and some. So we was just really thinking we're gonna talk about the hip hop.
Yeah.
And when Rasheeda did that to him, I was like, babe.
Oh, come on.
But he took it so well, and he was so happy about it. And me blushing and me look, I was taking a look at him. I was like, wait a minute.
He loved it.
Really,
he loved it.
And it really
everybody's
turned out.
professional. You've been getting asked questions all the time that you have to, and you take it all in stride.
That's right. He's an artist. He's been doing it a long time. He knows what
He's been in his business for a while.
Exactly.
He know he happy.
He is happy.
No, what y'all didn't hear was the after conversation of him just being like asking questions. And we've been together for 100 years, so everybody always asks us stuff.
Y'all pros.
Well, listen, they're telling me you guys have to get going, but who else is on Boss Moves this season?
Who on Boss? Okay, so we did Nelly, we did Jermaine, Toya, Candy, Shamia, my girl Ebony,
Girlfriend episode
Cynthia
coming
Bailey.
is crazy. So the good stuff coming up is Mona is coming up. We get to flip the tables and ask the stuff that people be wanting to see.
I gotta watch that episode.
And then the girlfriend episode is all the girls, Rasheeda and Huck Pack, and they get to take you into like a little secret place with the girls. So those are going to be 2 amazing episodes.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm happy for you, and I'm so glad you came up here. You've been on the schedule for a minute, so I'm glad. I know we got a lot of things in common, like I said, so it's just nice to have you.
And when you come to Atlanta, you got to.
Oh, listen, we're going to Frost Bistro.
Yeah,
please do.
Get y'all
I like
we got y'all.
You know
Trust
we
us, we got y'all.
So yes, and shameless plug, Boss Moves. New episodes every Tuesday exclusively on Philo. So make sure y'all subscribe. You get a 7-day free trial, so check it out. But I'm gonna tell y'all, like they got like 70 plus live channels. So when you turn on MTV, you can watch Love and Hip Hop and everything in real time.
Now, Philo's a great.
It's bomb.
Yeah, it's really great because
$25.
a lot of people are getting rid of their cable. It's way cheaper to just get Philo and have access to all of those channels.
One of my cable bills is $500. That don't make no damn sense.
$550.
Hello, Philo.
Thank you. I got Philo too, and
the rest,
still
look,
paying
and the rest of the crazy show on Love and Hip Hop.
Yes.
It's gonna be crazy.
All right. Yes.
And one of the, and that was good because that's one of your Boss Move tips also. Just make sure you promote all the time.
All the time.
All right. Well, thank you so much to Rasheeda. Thank you so much to Kirk. And when we come back, I'm here with the award-winning advice giver, New Maino. And we got some advice to give y'all. 800-292-5150 is way up.
Everybody access. Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Ye.
Questions, you can call us up right now, 800-292-5150 for Ask Ye. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Cam.
So what is your question for Ask Ye?
How am I supposed to get over somebody even though I'm already in a new relationship? I can't get over my ex.
Why did you break up with your ex?
I think there was some infidelity going on in our relationship. He swears it didn't happen. But I did catch him on some because I kind of did some crazy stuff. But
like what crazy stuff did you do?
I planted a recording device in his home.
You went to the
Oh my
spy
gosh,
store.
that's so hard to for both of you now to trust each other.
Yeah, 100%.
And what did you hear? Because it's not just a suspected, you heard.
Well, I heard him multiple people. So
wow.
I knew it was happening. That was why I did it. I know it was wrong, and it was 100% wrong. I should never have done that. It was invasion of privacy for sure. But I got what I needed from it, unfortunately, and I tried moving on. He wanted to convince me that we can do counseling and things like that.
And so he admitted that he did those things that you heard, or is he still acting like... Okay.
What's the sense of doing all that, right? You put the device, you heard him doing what he was doing, but yet you still want to be with him, though.
She didn't
know.
She didn't know she was going to still have these feelings. How long has it been?
Since that's happened, since July.
Okay. And she's still not over it. Do you believe him, though, when he says that he'll change and...
I do, because, I don't know if he'll be able to ever fully change, but our love for each other was unconditional, and although it hurt me really bad to find out those things, I still love him, and I still care about him so much, and that's the issue.
Do you feel like you could trust him?
I do think that I can trust him, but also I'm going to have some reassurance too.
I think that he has a lot to prove to you, and you should not say, well, my love for you is unconditional no matter what you do, because that's not true, right? If he continues to do these things and betray your trust, it doesn't feel like it's something that you're willing to overlook and be okay with. So you guys need to establish some guidelines, and I wouldn't jump back into anything. I think a lot of times people show you who they are. You just have to give it some time. So if he really is honestly trying to make this happen and do whatever it takes and go above and beyond, then you can decide what to do. In the meantime, you shouldn't be in a relationship if you're not over your ex.
See, and that's my issue is I was gung-ho. I'm oh, I know that I'm over it. I won't have to go back to him. I don't I still love him, I care about him, but I'm gonna love you from a distance type.
Mm-hmm.
And then he realized that, you know, a couple months go by that he's not finding somebody else like me or what he looks for.
Mm-hmm.
Not from a sexual standpoint, of course, but like compatibility wise and love or whatever. So I moved on, and then, you know, the drill goes. Once you move on, they're like, oh,
right, he's back.
I miss him.
I think you should spin the block though, baby.
I think just
You
take
think
your
so?
time.
Yeah.
I think take your time.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to still prove it to you. So there's no.
But see, now that even though it's only been 2 months with this new relationship, right? He's very much so like very involved with me and wants to love me and is committed to thinking that I'm it. But I'm already not over my ex, so I don't know.
Well, listen, the first thing is with this man, it feels like he might have been a rebound situation for you.
Yeah, he was, unfortunately.
And so the best thing you could do for him, you would want somebody to be honest with you. So the best thing that you can do for him is tell him, look, I'm still going through things. I'm still, hurting from my previous relationship, and I don't feel like it's fair to you for me to even pursue this with you right now. So hopefully we can remain friends. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm just being honest because that's what I would want.
Right.
And just rip that Band-Aid off there,
Yeah.
right?
Let him go and go get that old thing back.
And then as far as the old thing, take your time, girl. Work on yourself. Do things that you need to do
Yeah.
for you, whatever it is. Be strong for yourself. You know, you're not relying on anybody to complete you, but what you do need is somebody that can compliment you and what you have going on.
Right. Go get that old thing back. A little bit of cheating is not that bad.
No, don't do that. But, I think time will tell if he's serious or not. And then you might get into it and be like, I don't trust him at all. I can't live like this. I can't be wondering what he's doing when he says he's doing this. Or he'll do all in the right things. And then you can be like, okay, now I feel comfortable enough that we can attempt this. But give yourself some time and space.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, I thank you so much.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. All right. Well, that was Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is the number. In case you couldn't get through, you could always leave a message, and Maino and I will pick it up from there.
That's right.
And when we come back, last word. You guys always have the last word. Today's no different. Okay? It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and new Maino. Maino is in the building. Make sure y'all run up that For My City, that new Maino song. I know we're going to have a challenge coming sometime soon.
Right.
I feel like I want to take part.
You want to do it?
I'm going to do my part.
You want to rap on it? Maino featuring Angela Lee?
Yeah, Angela Lee.
Angela Lee.
Yeah, it sounds like a superhero.
I like that.
All right, let's see what I come up with. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, thank you so much for that Monday Main Ovation. I know that helped a lot of people.
Yes.
What was it again?
Man, don't make a temporary solution for
to make a permanent solution.
Permanent solution for a temporary issue.
Absolutely. All right. And also thank you to Kirk and Rasheeda for joining us today to talk about their show Boss Move Season 2 has already come out on Philo. So you can start catching up on those episodes. And of course, they're on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They have a lot of entrepreneurial things going on. I always admire things like that.
That's right.
So we love to see it. And again, we talked about, a potential pick aside for tomorrow when things are happening negative in the community and in hip hop. Do we want to address those things, or do you think it's for the best that we don't address it at all? Because we don't ever want to feed into the negativity and the beef that's going on.
By putting more light on it.
By putting more light on it. So let us know what you guys think, even though some people might feel like, well, we want to know what's happening. We want you guys to report on it, but not take a side in that situation. Do we have a responsibility to report what's happening so you know, or do we ignore those things because it's too negative and we don't even want to focus on it? We want to see what you think. So tomorrow, get ready to answer that question. You can also leave it for last word because you guys always have the last word. Again, that number is 800-292-5150. Make sure y'all stream that. Make sure y'all buy my coffee. Coffee Uplifts People.
And it's in Target.
It's in Target. And we are trying to stay on those Target shelves so you can go look.
I'm going to talk. I'm going to film it when I go to talk. And I never drank coffee in my life.
Oh, we're going to have the DeLonghi machine in here.
I'm going to buy some of that in Target.
This week, and a day like today, coffee would have been great for you.
Really?
Yes, you'll be wide awake.
What kind of coffee? Like, is it just black or is it...
For you, I would you like hot chocolate, I would do a mocha for you.
Mocha, what's in that?
It tastes like a hot chocolate. It has real chocolate in it. So, yes. All right, make sure y'all stream For My City. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Last word.
Hi, my name is Santana Cooper. I wanted to shine a light on my 4 boys. They're amazing. They're great. Whenever I'm down, they're there. I would like to shine a light on also to my amazing husband for always being there for me, having my back, helping me in the restaurant out here in Vegas. Thank you guys so much, and I love you guys.
Okay, so I was in a relationship for about a couple years. I was getting cheated on within our last year. So when I found out about it, I asked him. He acted like it was crazy, like it was my fault. I found out I knew this girl, thought they was friends, but the whole time they was dealing with each other. So to get my revenge back, I slept with his dad, and it was great.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.